So today's class we will talk about phylogenetic tree. Now before we start talk about phylogenetic tree, we need to know certain facts about what is cladistic. You people remember the definition of systematic taxonomy? So cladistic is also a branch. So the basics of classification was to group similar organisms in one group and dissimilar organisms in another group, right? So now cladistic. Now what it does, it hypothesizes relationships among organisms. So it is a method to hypothesize, some people write this as Z also, some people write it as S also, the Americans write it as H, hypothesis also, and its relationships among organisms. The best part of it is, it uses the component of evolution. It uses even, not only does it check for morphological, other characters, it uses even evolutionary characters also. ঠিক আছে? এবারে, in another word, what you do is, it is a method of reconstruction of evolutionary trees. Of evolutionary trees. So the basis, basically you use several features in order to classify organisms. For example, you use traits or characters used to classify organisms. Traits and characteristics are used to classify organisms. Now, this is the basis. And what are the traits which are used? First, people use morphology. Morphological characters are used. मुख देखे, चेहरा देख के, outlook, just seeing बाहर से कैसे दिखता है, that is morphology. Okay. Then people can use anatomy. After cutting, you can use anatomy. Then physiology. How your different metabolic processes run, physiological processes run. Along with physiology, they use biochemistry also. People use. These are taxonomic characters. Then people use molecular biology. Genetics. Looking at the gene sequence. This is very important. One very modern way of checking whether this organism finding the relationship is using the ribosomal DNA sequence. of organisms. Just find the sequence and see how the sequence in different organisms, how the sequence differs. If there are say 100 nucleotides, very close or related species, they may have one or two nucleotides different. But very farther away distant organisms, they may have maybe 50-60 nucleotides are different in this particular the same ribosomal DNA sequence, right? So based on the how the similarities and how the dissimilarities are, like mark of character, this ribosomal DNA sequence is basically used for evolutionary classification or cladistics. This is a modern way, but people also use morphology, anatomy, physiology, all these characters 1, 2, 3, 4 they list. Then you can also have characteristic ecology, evolution. In evolution they can use fossil records also. Fossil records are used. So these traits and characteristics are used to classify organisms. So, and this method of creating phylogenetic tree and studying them, this is known as cladistics. You can write a short note on cladistics. Now you have to understand what a phylogenetic tree is. So now let us say a particular thing, characters. We have birds, okay. Then you have non-avian dinosaurs, extinct হয়ে গেছে, যারা flying dinosaurs, non-avian dinosaurs. Non-avian dinosaur তিনটে আছে ধরো, A, species B, species C, ঠিক আছে, and you have crocodiles. These are the animals which are crocodiles. You are trying to make a phylogenetic tree, okay. Now, first thing, you have to find out crocodiles, dinosaurs, avian dinosaurs and birds. What is the unique one? The unique one is birds because they have wings and feathers. Non-avian dinosaurs and crocodiles, they don't have wings and feathers. Okay. So, you try to draw a line from here. Say it is, I am assuming the dinosaur A is much more closer to birds from other characteristics which I am not mentioning. It is the nearest one. So birds, you can say they have feathers and wings. It is that known as apomorphy. Feathers and wings. So in this particular group, they are known as apomorphic characters. This is only unique for birds, not non-avian dinosaurs. Now birds and A are close. A and they are close. and crocodiles are the most distant. Bird and A, they have one common ancestor here, which we don't know. We assume there is a common ancestor. If there is a fossil record, then it's fine. It's not hypothetical. There was some form which we don't have. We assume. Now, birds and A and B, they have this character, this ancestor, number 2. Now, birds A, B and C, they have this particular ancestor, 3. And all of them with crocodiles, this is the 4. So, 1, 2, 3 and 4, one, two, three, and 4, they are hypothetical ancestors. Clear? And this type of a tree is known as a phylogenetic tree. And this picture, this phylogenetic tree has got another word, and that is known as cladogram. So what is a cladogram? It is an evolutionary tree that diagrams. It is an evolutionary tree that diagrams ancestral relationships among organisms. এরা হচ্ছে ancestor. 4 is the ancestor of crocodiles, C, B, A and birds. That diagram ancestral relationship among organisms. Former times, like I told, former times this relationship was on morphological characters. Nowadays, this relationship is drawn on the basis of DNA sequencing. Which DNA sequence is specifically used? Ribosomal DNA sequencing. Okay? এটা হয়ে যাক, আমি তাহলে পুঁতে দেবো। ঠিক আছে, আসছে, করো করো করো, শান্তিতে করো। হয়ে গেছে? Now next is, let us understand the structure of a phylogenetic tree. The structure of a phylogenetic tree. Let us consider 5 species: A, B, C, D and E. 5 species are being considered. Now let us draw a tree. A, B আমি এভাবে আঁকছি, ঠিক আছে? C, D and E. C and D তে আমি এইভাবে আঁকছি। তারপরে I draw it like this, and then I draw it like this. Let us now, what are these? A, B, C, D and all, they are known as the species of interest. They are known as the species of interest. And now the time scale. Over here you have the ancestor, Purva Purushra. We come over here time, this is the present day species. This is the present day species. Now, like a tree, these are known as the branches of the tree. Dalpala, branches. And this point, যেখানে ভাগ হচ্ছে, is bifurcating from this point A and B, that is known as the branch point. Now, as per this tree, on the basis of say DNA sequence, morphological, anatomical, on the characteristics, you can say that very closely related. ঠিক আছে? C and D also very closely related. This tree is formed on the basis of matching the number of characters. কার কত similarity আছে, কার কত dissimilarity আছে. The ones who have more similarities close, less similarities far away from each other. So directly you can say A and E are very far away from each other. Not because A and E are far away, A, B, C, D, E, like, it is because they are branched here and then finally branched here. 3 branches are over here. Okay, and not so close, not so close. Close, not very close, but they are close. BRC has got less number of branches over here. এখানে দেখো না 1, 2, 3 branch points are there, and between them 2 branch points. So not so close, 3 branch points. Close, 2 branch points. very close, one branch point. ঠিক আছে? লিখে না? কি হলো? হয়ে গেছে? Now one more thing left over here, that is MRCA. MRCA, this means most recent common ancestor. Most recent common ancestor. Now I am putting some numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 are hypothetical ancestors. 1, 2, 3 and 4. They are hypothetical ancestors. Now 1, it is the most recent common ancestor of A, B, C, D and E. Most recent মানে সব থেকে কাছে। 2, when you take 2, E is excluded. 2 এর সঙ্গে E এর রিলেশনশিপ নেই, ঠিক আছে? তার মানে only 1 এর সঙ্গে রয়েছে। 1 is the, that is therefore 1 is the most recent common ancestor of A, B, C and D. 1 is MRCA of A, B, C, D, E. Clear? Now 2 এর সঙ্গে A, B, C আর D. 2 is the most recent common ancestor. কেন? B এর সঙ্গে C এর ডাইরেক্ট কিচ্ছু নেই, ওই 2 তে আসতে হবে, 3 আর 4 আলাদা। So 2 is the most recent common ancestor of A, B, C and D. Is the MRCA of A, B, C and D. 3 কাদের MRCA বলতে পারবে? Of A and B. আর 4 clear? এটাকে লিখে নাও তারপরে। So you know what a branch point is, what is a branch and what is the species of interest? চলে যাচ্ছে। Now few things that now I am drawing a tree. Is this tree and this tree, does it give the same information? My question to you. Hannah. Why? No, why? Why does it not give the same information? You are talking about phylogenetic relationship. Here you are interested not in the shape, you are interested only in the relationship. So does this tree give a different information from this tree? ভেবে দেখো। Think about relationship between A and B, B C, C D, C and E. এইটাতে কি একই রিলেশন বলছে না অন্য রিলেশন বলছে? It is the same. A and B close together. This is the thing. This is also the same. So, however you write it, it is the same relationship. Now, if I draw it like this, is it the same or is it different? Eta ar ota same, because basically the relationship ta to ekই থাকছে. Okay, so even if you rotate this by 180 degrees, nothing happens. But if it's like this, then এটা ডিফারেন্ট হয়ে গেল. So this becomes different. I think this much statistics is good enough for your exam. ঠিক আছে, আরো হাউ কনস্ট্রাকশন অফ ট্রি কিভাবে ওগুলো অত তো সিলেবাসে ডোন্ট ওয়ারি, কোয়েশ্চেন্স কাম ইট উইল কাম আপ টু দিস মাচ. ঠিক আছে, নাথিং টু ওয়ারি অ্যাবাউট. এটা ইজি তো, খুব একটা কঠিন লাগেনি তো.